Hello, I'm Jules Christian. Thank you for listening. It is with a heavy heart and a joyful heart that I come today, making the confession of my faith that Christ has died, Christ is risen, and Christ will come again. My siblings, people of God, I come today to talk to you from my heart. We are living in the midst of a pandemic, a hostile political climate, so much trouble in our world. And yet, God is still on the throne. And yet, the good news of Jesus is still true. And it is our responsibility to bring hope and love and life into this world. It has troubled me lately as I have heard much talk of fear. As I have heard talk of despair and despondency about the darkness in our world. As I have heard how some people are voting for one particular candidate so that the end of the world will come. My siblings, my friends, it is our responsibility not to play God, but to follow God. And this election, this season, this time is much bigger than being a Republican or a Democrat or affiliated with another party or no party. It's bigger than being a man or a woman, being white, black, or another ethnicity. This is about love. This is about decency. This is about following God. Now I know in the world of Christianity there are so many differences of opinion. There are different ways to interpret things. There are many stances on what's more important for this time. Jesus said that all of the laws and all of the prophets hang on this, that we love the Lord our God with all our heart, all our soul, all our mind, and that we love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And I ask you, in light of this, not in light of one particular issue or one particular party, but in light of this, what would Jesus do? And what would Jesus have us do? In the day that Jesus lived, it was not those who were quote-unquote sinners or those who weren't following God that Jesus was angry with. It was the religious leaders of the day. And I ask you, as people who know God, as people who make the confession of your faith, look at the 10 Commandments. Look at the Sermon on the Mount. Listen and follow to the voice of the Spirit and the voice of love as you make decisions, as you go out into the community and care for the less fortunate, as you protect others by wearing a mask even when it's inconvenient, as you go and vote for someone who you may not agree with on everything, but who is decent and who has a desire to love and to help make a difference, not for personal gain. These are serious times that we are living in. I do not know the future. True, the Spirit will lead us and guide us into all truth. But my job, your job, our job, is not to play God, but it's to follow God and to spread God's love during these times. We can tell a lot from someone by how they're faithful in 3 areas. How are they with someone else's things and responsibility? How do they handle the little things? And how are they with money? This is one lesson that I heard from my mentor in a sermon that she often preached about being faithful in these areas. And if you look at yourself, how would you say you're faithful with other people's things and other people's possessions and time? With the little things around you that nobody may see, and with money. I know that I have some areas to grow in these things. And if you look at our political climate, you can ask yourself the same. Who has been the most faithful handling others' responsibilities and needs and concerns, who handles and has the proper perspective on money, and who is conscientious to do the right thing in the little things. This is a person that is a leader. This is a person who is concerned about others. This is a person who is walking in love. As you prayerfully consider your choices every day as you leave your home, as you vote, as you practice precautions, I pray that you will look past your party, your race, your gender, perhaps your own personal issue that you have always voted on before, and that you don't play God, but that you follow God, and that you walk and make a decision out of love for yourself, for others, and for this world. In the end, God is in control. God will have the final say. And whatever happens, we will be okay. But I ask you to do your part, to follow God in the ways of love. I'm Jules Christian. This has been A Word for the Journey.